Speaking on BBC Breakfast, Nick Owen said it was a very grim day when he learned he has aggressive prostate cancer. The 75-year-old said he and former Breakfast TV host Ann Diamond have been speaking to one another as they undergo treatment. He told Rachel Burden and John Kay, "We have been cajoling each other. It is fantastic to have one another at this time, but it's just so ironic that she and I, who are forever associated as a partnership professionally, both have the quintessentially male and female cancer." Recalling the day he learned of his diagnosis, Nick said, "I went to a specialist and he wasn't that worried, but it came back from an MRI scan and he said you better have a biopsy." BBC's Nick Owen tied knot with wife just 3 years before cancer heartbreak that came back, and it was pretty gruesome. April 13th was the D-Day when I was told it was aggressive and that we need to do something quickly. That was a bit of a shock to the system and a very, very grim day, I have to say. Meanwhile, Ann took 6 months off from her GB News role after undergoing a double mastectomy and is now having radiotherapy. She heard in the morning she had an OBE and in the afternoon she heard she had breast cancer, Nick said. Don't miss. BBC's Nick Owen opens up on worst day of his life after cancer diagnosis, Insight, Ann Diamond's heart-wrenching life story as star shares cancer diagnosis. Latest, GB News host pays tribute to brave Ann Diamond after difficult diagnosis. Watch, what a day, she won't forget that one. She's had pretty major surgery, which I won't go into detail about, but we have both had major surgery and we have both been talking to each other, calling or texting. It's a tough old time. Even though she is sort of better and I am sort of better, you're not quite yourself for a while, it takes it out of you." Nick opened up about his diagnosis on BBC One's Midlands Today on Monday, and he urged men over 50 to get tested. He remarked, "For goodness sake, speak to a doctor about it and get it checked, because if it's caught early you've got a chance. I feel quite fragile at the moment, but my goodness, I am positive. I am so much brighter than I was a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, so I feel very lucky. I urge people to get checked because I had no symptoms, and people might think, well, I have no symptoms, why bother, but it is important to get in the system and check it, especially if it runs in the family." BBC Breakfast airs daily on BBC One from 6 a.m.